The Michael Berry Show.
All right, let me focus on some things you should be thinking about for your kids. You can take one of two paths. You can take the path of get a job, doing work, or do work. Do work at a company or for a person. You trust this person. And learn what it's like. Make them be on time at 8 o'clock. I'm going to tell you this. For the first several years of my life as a baby lawyer, well, especially as a baby lawyer, once I had my own business, it was amazing. I got up and rushed to the office. It was a $20 deal between me and my top producing agent in my real estate on the brokerage side of my business. Whoever arrived last had to give $20 to the other person. That's an incentive. That was a lot of money in 1997. And the rush was, I implemented this to get to the office fast. All of a sudden, I was in at 7 o'clock. I was in at 6:30. Whereas I struggled to come rolling in at the law firm. Your kids should have a job where they learn to get to work on time. Are they late to school now? They'll be late to work. Teach them that. They need to go get the job. One of the things I've done with my kids, and I'm not the perfect parent. I'm not saying I am. I'm just giving you ideas. I'm just trying to spark conversations so that this comes up at your dinner table so your kid doesn't wake up 30 years old and the world's passed them by and you go, did I do everything I could for that child within their own, you can't push a kid to do what they don't want to do, but you can give them opportunities. I get a lot of emails from, say, some mommy in Katy who her kid is smarter than the rest, and she's trying to figure out how to channel this and give him opportunities, and she doesn't know. Glad to help. Because that's a kid, reminds me of myself. That's a kid that has outsized ambition and probably doesn't have the means to get where he's going, the connections. So one option is go apply for a job washing dishes. Think about this. And I think this is part of it is young kids today, and this has probably always been true, but it's more true today than ever. They think about what's in this for me. Nobody is hiring you for what's in it for you, you little twerp. What can you do for me? I never got turned down from jobs. Actually, that's not true. I was student body president. I called Bobby Sakowitz, and Bobby had left Sakowitz first, and he took a lunch with me, and I said, I want to be your assistant. I don't need an assistant. I already have somebody answering my phone. I said, no, I'll carry your briefcase. I'll go into every meeting. I'll take the notes. I'll write the thank you notes. I'll place the phone calls. I'll remember people's birthdays, and I'll keep your schedule. I'll drive you where you need to be. I'll pick you up when you're done. I will read the paper and brief you on it every day. I did that for an executive in town. I'm not going to tell you who because I'm not authorized to do so, but I did that. I did a lot of things like that, jobs that I created. I was adding value to him. And Bobby said to me, and we still laugh about this to this day, Bobby said, hell no, I don't want to be chapter 7 of some book you're going to write one day. Oh, that was hilarious. Anyway, so option 1 is go out there and show people how you can add value. If you have a family member that has a business, send the kid to that business. And I don't mean half-ass. They do it one day and show up 3 days later. They got to go. They got to be there at 8 o'clock. They got to stay till 5 o'clock. They have to turn their damn phone off. That is the worst. Yeah, I keep up with, Emily, my assistant, and Alex, my buddy, worked for us at the RCC. And we were talking about the fact that you were not allowed to have your phone on property at the RCC. Fireable offense. And how hard that was for them, but then they learned the habit of doing that. Alex also told me that he vapes today because he was a smoker, because we wouldn't allow smoking there. I'm like, I don't even remember that I did that. Oh, you did it, all right. You thought it looked trashy if we were smoking. So go get that job that you can add value, even if you don't get paid. It's about a life experience. The second thing is, the second option is do something. And these don't have to be, people think it has to be an internship program and there has to be an intern coordinator and all those sorts of things. You don't have to do all that. It's very informal. If you can I'll give you a great example. My buddy, the Aggie plumber, Michael Robinson. Summer hits, 7 o'clock. Michael, Eli, get your butt out of bed. Get out in the truck. Those guys have the skill of an entry-level plumber, a 1-year experienced plumber, and they haven't even graduated high school. And you know why he does it? Because his daddy did it before him. And I think he gives them $100 a day or something like that. And it's just spending money for them. And he's got them up under that. They are actually adding value to him. They could take over the company when they graduate, if they so choose. If you've got a business, bring your kid in and have them do something. Maybe you just need to clear out some old filing boxes because your lease is up on that end of the building. Have your kid move that. Give them $100 a day. Remember this, whatever money you're giving them, you're going to give them anyway. You're just giving them money that they're earning as opposed to give them a goal. Hey, you want an Xbox? Okay, here's how you're going to earn it. I'll pay you this amount per day, and you're going to make a commitment. We're going to sign a contract. Contracts are important. When you write things down, psychologically it has an effect. Or if your kid has a propensity for some other skill, law, medicine, whatever, if you have the pluck, if you have the ambition as a kid, you will get a job. People like to help young people. They just do. Mommy, don't do it for them. Make them do it. Make them draft it. Make them follow through. When we're at a restaurant, my kids pay the bill. And they've been doing that for years. They know how much to tip, depending on the service. They'll clarify it with me first. They know how to review the bill. They know how to ask for the bill. They know all of that. These are life skills we have to be teaching our kids while we're there. And by the way, kids like responsibility. It makes them feel valued. Otherwise, they're like a puppy. Nobody wants that.
The Michael Berry Show.